My daughter screamed that she wished I had died instead of her mother. My name is Leo, and I'm a 48-year-old single dad. For the last 7 years, I've spent every day of my life trying to be the perfect father, a fortress of strength and stability for my daughter after my wife's death. But in one raw, brutal moment, the perfect little life I'd built shattered into a million pieces. I just stood there. The words hit me like a physical blow. The sound of her bedroom door slamming shut echoed in the silence. It felt like time stopped. I kept hearing her voice in my head. I remember standing in the hall just a few hours earlier trying to hang a new family photo, but it kept falling off the wall. The frame broke. It felt like a warning I missed. I thought back to holding my wife's hand, the last time I felt truly connected to someone. I miss that feeling. I have this old potted plant of hers. It's wilting no matter what I do. I feel like that plant. I feel like I'm wilting. Later that night, I went to bed. I laid in the dark, and her words just played on repeat. I can't turn them off. It's so much worse than the day my wife died. At least that was quick. These words just live inside me now. I got up and went to my closet. I just stood there, staring at an old scarf. It still smells like her perfume. I picked it up and just buried my face in it. It gave me a small bit of comfort, but it didn't last. The hurt came back. It just came back again. I went to the store later. I saw the bakery section and thought of my daughter. She loves that chocolate lava cake. She always has. I bought one. I thought it would be a small way to say sorry, to show her I care. I put it on the table after dinner. "I thought you might like this," I said. She just looked at it. She pushed her plate away. She took one small bite and then went to her room. She didn't even say thank you. The cake just sat there, cold. I thought back to the family photo that broke. It feels the same now, like everything I try to hold together just falls apart. After she went out with her friends, I found myself walking to her room. I haven't been in here since she was little. It's her place. I just sat on the floor next to her bed. It smells different in here now, like a perfume I don't know. It's not the smell of the little girl I used to know. It's the smell of a stranger. This room used to feel like a part of my home, a part of us. Now it feels like a place I'm not supposed to be. I don't know who she is anymore, and I don't know how to find her. Later that night, I was sitting at the kitchen table. The house was so quiet. I looked at the chairs. There are 3 of them. I always sit in my chair, and she sits in hers. The third one, my wife's chair, is just empty. It's been empty for 7 years, and I've been trying to fill her part, and my daughter's part all alone. The effort is just killing me. It feels like I'm trying to hold on to something that's not there. I have to do something. I have to find a way to get her back. I just can't keep sitting here feeling like a part of my family is missing. We're both just ghosts in the same house. The next day, I was looking out the kitchen window. My daughter was in the backyard with her friends. She was laughing. A real full-on laugh. I haven't heard that sound in years. She looked so alive. She was vibrant and happy and totally herself. I stood there watching her, and it felt like I was looking at a different person. This is a side of her I never see anymore. I feel like a ghost in my own house, watching her live a life I'm not a part of. The connection I'm desperate to get back from her feels so far away. I don't know what to do. I kept thinking about it. Why does she act like I'm the problem? And then it hit me. It's not just that she wishes I died instead. That's a part of it, for sure. But the real reason is that she resents me for not grieving with her. I've been trying so hard to be strong for her, to be a solid rock, I've never let her see me cry. I've never really talked to her about her mom. I thought I was protecting her, but all I did was show her how to be alone in her pain. I thought I was being a good dad, but I see now that I've been a terrible one. We've been living parallel lives, both stuck in our own sadness, and I'm the one who created that distance. I went to the closet, to the box of her things. I saw an old journal. I sat down and just flipped through the pages. I saw my name. I saw our life written down. She wrote about the day we got married. She wrote about our daughter being born. It was all there. Her love for us. It was so real, right there on the page. I could almost feel her hand in mine again. It brought back the bitter taste of unshed tears. I thought I was alone in my sadness, but reading her words, I could feel how much she loved us. It made me realize I need to let my daughter see that I hurt too. I waited for her to come home. My heart was pounding. I knew what I had to do. "Can we talk?" I asked her when she walked in the door. She looked at me, her eyes just as hard as ever. I told her to sit down. I told her that I had been trying to be strong for so long that I forgot how to just be a person. I told her about something I'd never told anyone, not even her. I told her about the last few hours of her mom's life. I told her how her mom held my hand and how she was so afraid she wouldn't get to see our daughter grow up. I told her that her mom's last words were about her. I said them out loud for the first time. It broke something inside me, but it had to be said. She didn't get up. She didn't walk away. She just stayed quiet and looked at me. For a moment, her face changed. Her hard shell, the one she's worn for years, it just cracked. I could see the pain underneath. The pain I've had all this time, but that I've been hiding from her. She looked at me like she was finally seeing me. She was really seeing me. I kept talking, and she just listened. I didn't think she would. A part of me thought she'd just walk out of the room, but she didn't. She just listened. And I knew, right then, that there was a small chance we could get through this. As I talked, I felt something in my throat. The words I was saying, they weren't easy. I felt my eyes getting wet. And then it happened. A single tear rolled down my face, then another one, and another. I wasn't trying to stop it. I just let it happen. I just let myself cry in front of her for the first time since her mom died. The bitter taste of unshed tears was gone, replaced by the salty taste of the real ones. I had been holding that inside for so long, and she saw all of it, every bit of pain. For the first time, we were just two people hurting together. I stopped talking. She didn't say anything. I thought she would leave, but she didn't. We just sat there. The silence was different this time. Before, it was a wall between us. It was heavy and awkward, a thing that kept us apart. This time, it was a bridge. It was still, but it wasn't empty. It felt like we were finally sharing the same space, feeling the same thing. I looked at her, and she didn't look away. The silence wasn't trapping us anymore. It was holding us both up. After a long time, I said it. "I'm sorry," I said. My voice was quiet, but it was honest. I told her I wasn't sorry for being here. I couldn't be sorry for that. But I told her I was so sorry for trying to do this all alone. I was sorry for not letting her see that I hurt too. I was sorry for being a fortress when she just needed a dad. I saw the tears in her eyes then. We're not a fortress, I thought. We're a family, and we're going to get through this. She didn't say anything. She just got up and walked over to me. I thought she was going to leave the room, but she put her arms around me. It was a small thing, a very small, fragile hug. She didn't squeeze hard. It was just an arm around my neck. It was more than a hug, though. It was a promise. It was her finally reaching out. It was what I'd been missing for so long. The physical feeling of connection that I had with her mom, I was finally getting it back from her. My wife's wilting plant came to mind, and I knew I had to go water it. Maybe it would live after all. The hug lasted for only a minute, but in that minute, everything changed. I realized what I had been doing wrong. All this time, I thought being strong meant I had to hide my pain. I thought being strong was holding everything in, but I was wrong. The real strength wasn't in being a fortress. It was in being honest about how broken I was. I had to be strong enough to be vulnerable. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was the only way forward. It was the only way to get her back, and maybe to get a little bit of myself back too. She pulled away. She looked at me, and I could tell she was thinking. She opened her mouth and then closed it again. My heart just stopped. And then she asked, "Dad?" she said, so quiet I almost didn't hear it. What was her favorite song? She had never asked me anything like that before. She never brought her mom up. I told her the name of the song, and then she asked me to play it. I did. It was the first time in 7 years we had a real conversation about her mom, and it all started with a simple question I never thought I'd hear. The next morning, I was making breakfast. She came into the kitchen, and I didn't know what to expect. She sat down, and for a second, it felt like the old days. I looked up from the stove, and she looked up at me, and she smiled. It was a small smile, not a big one. It wasn't the kind of smile I'd seen her give her friends, that loud, vibrant one. This was just for me. It was real. I haven't seen her smile at me like that in so long. It felt like forever. It's like a small piece of the old us, the family we used to be, just came back. The silence wasn't a wall between us anymore. It was just quiet. It was nice. Later that afternoon, she came to me. She asked if we could go through some of her mom's old stuff. My heart stopped. We went to the closet and got the box. I opened it up, and inside were old photos, letters, and little trinkets. We just sat on the floor and went through it all together. She asked me questions about the photos. I told her stories she'd never heard before. I talked about her mom, and I cried. She cried, too. We were finally grieving together, not as two lonely people in the same house, but as a family. It was the hardest thing we've ever done, and it was exactly what we needed. After that day, things changed. It didn't fix everything, but it started something new. We decided to do it once a week. We call it Mom's Night.
We go through a box of her things, or look at old photos, or play her favorite songs. We eat her favorite food and tell stories about her. It's our new tradition. It's a way for us to honor her, but it's also a way for us to connect with each other. It's a way for me to get back that feeling of connection. It's what I've been missing all along. I'm no longer grieving alone. We're doing it together. The words still come to me sometimes. I wish you died instead. They still hurt. But the pain is different now. It's not a fresh, sharp cut. It's more like a scar. I can feel it there, but it doesn't bleed anymore. It's a reminder of how far we've come. My daughter and I, we're not perfect. There are still quiet days, and sometimes the grief feels too heavy. But we face it together now. The wound is finally starting to heal. It's not a small thing. It's everything. Last night, we were watching a movie. One of those silly, loud comedies my wife would have loved. She laughed at something on screen, and I just looked at her. And then for the first time in what felt like forever, I felt a laugh coming from inside me. It started as a small chuckle, and then it got bigger. It was a real, deep laugh. It was a sound I haven't heard in 7 years. It felt strange at first, like a part of me that I had forgotten was coming back to life. My daughter looked at me, and her smile grew. It felt like her mom was right there with us. It was a good sound, a hopeful sound. This morning, she left for school. I went into the kitchen to make my coffee. On the fridge, there was a small note. It was a little piece of paper stuck under a magnet. I pulled it off and read what she wrote. It just said, "Thank you." Nothing more, nothing less. Just those 2 words. It was the smallest thing, but it meant so much. After everything that was said, all the pain we've been living with, a simple thank you. I keep reading it over and over. I feel a physical lightness in my chest that I haven't felt in a long time. It's like a promise that we're going to be okay.
I know the road ahead is long. We've got a lot to get through. It's not like one conversation and a note on the fridge is going to fix 7 years of silence. But for the first time, I don't feel like I'm walking that road alone. The empty chair at the table still looks empty, but it doesn't hurt as much. My daughter and I are a team again. We're a family. We're on the same side. The last 7 years felt like a storm I had to weather alone. But now, the sun is finally starting to come out, and I know we'll be okay. Last night, she was doing her homework at the kitchen table. I was just sitting there, watching her. I didn't say anything. I just watched. She looked up and saw me looking at her, and she smiled again. In that moment, I knew that even with the empty chair, and even with the wilting plant, and even with the words she said that night, we were going to be okay. Our love is stronger than all of that. It's stronger than the grief. It's a different kind of love now, a stronger one. The pain is a part of us, but it doesn't own us. We're a family, and we're going to be okay.